Welcome along to One Hub Racing Season 28, round number 10. We've got 3 more rounds to go of this amazing championship as we head to the Miami International Autodrome for the not the Bahrain Grand Prix. What are you on about? The Miami Grand Prix, where the real life drivers went to. We'll see if we could do any better. My name is Jess Ball, and we have started a bit later due to the fact that we wanted to watch the whole Grand Prix. And joining me in the commentary once again is Jamie. How are you doing, Jamie?
Yeah, very good. Looking forward to this. Should be a good race. Slightly delayed, but we're getting there, which is good to see. And yeah, looking forward to this on a track where I think it's not the most popular track for the drivers, but I think with the way the track is, it should offer up some good racing.
Yes, indeed. And for the first time in a while, we're actually live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're wondering, where's P1 on Twitch? We moved to YouTube this week because, understandably, P2 could have a title being crowned tonight. And it's only fair that we give them the Twitch whilst P2 is running at the same time, because they moved to about 8 o'clock as well. So their tier could watch the Miami Grand Prix. So yeah, welcome to those of you that are on YouTube. And for those of you that are watching this at the moment, if you're wondering where it is, make sure you share it with your friends and family. But Miami International Autodrome, 5.412 kilometers, 29 turns, 29 laps away our drivers, 19 corners, 13 to the left, 6 to the right, and we got 3 DRS detection points. It's a low downforce circuit, and with there being a dry race, if you're running high downforce, you're probably going to struggle around it.
Yeah, you are. You really are, because you need to be really slippy for Sector 2, because if you're going high winds on the you're going to get absolutely exposed down the straight. Yeah, it'd be great in Sector 1, but the last 2 sectors, you're going to just be absolutely sitting duck. You have to really nail Sector 1 to not be a threat to be overtaken. So I think round here you have to run the low wings, because if you don't, then you're just going to be nowhere in the race in the dry.
Yeah, as I found out with quite a lot of people running significantly lower wings than me, and I was running lower wings to begin with, so I got a bit clueless, to be honest. So I was looking probably at the suspension settings was what I did wrong. But qualifying has just started, only 15 drivers. We got quite a lot of people in the lobby already, so it's great to see. Of course, understandably, there may be some drivers that can't make the race due to the fact that we've change the timings a little bit, and we're going to be lenient in terms of withdrawals. So we got quite a few withdrawals this evening, and I wonder why the gameplay wasn't showing up for some reason. There we go, we got it working, as I didn't have time to test it before stream. So we got Alex and Marco. They're your championship contenders, and pretty much, unless Craggy can pull some sort of miracle, by next week, it's going to be a 2-horse race going into the final 2 rounds. I wouldn't have thought it was going to be those 2, but those 2 were the most consistent. Whereas Marco, he picked up the race win last time out when we visited the Chinese Grand Prix, and maybe he could be the one that gets another win and maybe close the gap a bit more to Alex, which is 4 points at the moment.
Yeah, it's very rare, and it's very rare to have the top tier. Normally top tier is the least competitive championship. Actually, in this season, it's the most competitive. So that is great to see. And yeah, these 2 guys really going for it. Obviously, Mark had a very disappointing run last 3 rounds, but he came back on form with that fantastic win last time out. And Alex, he struggled a bit, but what he did on a bad day, he got a good result, a 4th place on a track where he was struggling a bit, and I think he should be very happy with that. That's really good damage limitation. He just kept the lead, but obviously tonight we could see a change for the lead if, for example, Alex wins the race and Marco wins the race and Alex finishes 3rd, for example. So we could see that happen tonight. So wait and see if that does happen. But yeah, it's gonna go down the last race, I'm sure of it, for sure.
We have got Epic the Animal, going to be the one that shows us how it's done around this circuit. Turn number 1, keep as tight as you can. The exit is important as you head towards turn 2 and 3. Now you're going to be burning some of the battery on your banker lap as you head towards turn 3 and towards turn 4. Now going through turns 5 and 6. Keep the car fully to the left-hand side. Use all the track as you aim towards turn 7 now, the start of the 2nd sector. Now this is where you burn quite a bit of the battery that you have left until around about 30%. DRS wide open for these drivers, and that's where we can see quite a few overtaking opportunities, a few tactics as well. But of course, DRS Chicken is banned from this league. Heading now towards turn number 11. This corner reminds us of Hanoi back in F1 2020, where it was on the game, but we never raced around it. Now turn 14, 15 and 16, the crest section. That's one of the most trickiest corners on the Miami circuit. I think the real life drivers managed to struggle a little bit, but Logan doesn't seem to at the moment. You can see the sun is blinding. It can be very tricky for the drivers, but the adaptive weather system, it will go a bit light cloud as we go into the session. Here's light cloud now, actually, as you enter turn 17. That's where we've seen a few drivers go a bit deep. He goes up to the line, goes Logan, and he sets a 125.8. Good banker lap to start with, and we always compare it with P1, P2, but of course they're running the same time as us. A 125.3 for Mer. He's the one who's come on form, and he's not in a championship fight, but he's in the constructors. And he could be the one that sort of helps his teammate a little bit here, which is very interesting. Morgan, by the way, slots himself involved. Alex struggling a bit in third place, a 125.6.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit, and that's not good to see 3 turns back. And yeah, you can see the two Williams guys really are doing a fantastic job. They are. Obviously, Mert, he's had 8ths and 10ths the first half of the season. Now he's come back on it. He's got 3 podiums last 3 races. And I wonder if Marco, if he wins the championship, I wonder if he may help his teammate get a race win. If a situation where that could happen last race, that might be thing to look out for. But yeah, Mert has really come on strong these last few races.
And of course, quite a few drivers are new to league racing, maybe brand new to our league as well. Definitely starting to get used to the way of things, and maybe starting to get used to the game, which is, in a way, a shame, because you're about to go to a DLC where the handling could change and Mert may not like it. So it's good to see him up there now, of course. Of course, we've got Senna back, who has missed the last few races. Of course, Mercedes won't be in the shot with the constructors with his teammate not here, but with Senna back, this is, as I was speaking to him earlier on in a voice chat when we were doing practicing, Miami is one of his best chances for him to do well tonight. He thinks he could get a podium here tonight in Miami. He absolutely loves it here. His time trial was pretty good as well. We covered his hot lap earlier on in the talk show, and we'll see if he can challenge the likes of Marco, the likes of Alex, Craggy as well, who's currently only sitting down in 4th place. So Senna has got a lot of work to do, but he seems comfortable.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he really does feel comfortable. Yeah, obviously now he's not a number 2 driver anymore. He can just drive for himself now. He can have some good races, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see Senna back on his return. And yeah, he's one of the few drivers who does like this track, which I think the majority don't, but he likes it. I know he likes a good street track, and yeah, it's fantastic to see him back in one hub racing again after 2 rounds off as well. So see what he can do on this flying lap. He's about to start now. A bit out seeing everybody else, but that's no problem. He can do whatever he wants, I guess. He can do whatever he wants. It's fine.
Yeah, and of course, a few people have probably just come in after watching the real life Grand Prix and want a bit of a break as well, or they just want to have a bit of a eye out of all of other driving to see what happens. He's slowing right down to get his temperatures in, which is fair enough, but we'll see what he could do in that Mercedes. He's the only one out of sync with each other. We'll go through your championship standings in just a moment as well, but like I was saying earlier on, it's a 4-point gap between Alex and Marco in the championship, and people were asking me throughout the day, could the P1 championship be decided tonight? No, definitely not, and it most likely won't get decided next week either. I think my prediction is P1 is going to be the only tier that will go down to Abu Dhabi, which I think is good for us, which means we get a bit of the glory. So Alex is on 124. We've got Marco 120. Kevin has left the league, but he's on 97. We've got Craggy in 4th, 187. And he wants to stand a chance of still being in the championship. Technically, he has to win this race tonight. We've got Lakita in 5th on 77. Mert in 6th on 64. So close between himself and Craggy and Lakita there. We've got Callum Armed in 7th. Not the best season from him on 56. Logan in 8th on 53. Casper in 9th on 46. He got drive of the day last week. He was very happy with his performance despite the spins, and he really enjoyed himself. Jaco in 10th. He's not here tonight on 41. He should be back next week. Outstock in 11th on 38. Senna in 12th on 33. Then we got Morgan in 13th on 28. Arnold 14th on 23. Then we got Colin, who's not here tonight. He's on 12. Then we got Dave in 17th on the Stallions. He's got 9 points. Roadbite obviously has been disqualified with 6 points. Gabe's not here tonight, I don't think, but he is in 19th on 6 points. So we got Curry on 5. And we got a newest driver to the league, Turtle Master. He is got yet to score, but of course he's a debutant. So we would like to welcome to the league. I didn't spot that in the lineup. So welcome aboard to One Hub Racing. Of course, with 3 rounds to go, it's always a tall ask to try and set some competitive lap times in this league when you're brand new to it. But it gives them a bit of a warm-up ahead of the DLC coming out as well. But everyone now is on their second runs, Jamie.
Yeah, they are. Sorry about that. Some technical issues there to rejoin and come again. Yeah, but great to see Turtle Master back, and a really good first lap there, 55.7. And you obviously no salvage night as Morgan's at the moment on his outlap. He's in the wall. He's recovered well there, so he's all right. I think he's got away with that, so that is good to see. But yeah, the two Williams boys, look at that. They are in great form at the moment, and they are looking pretty much nailed on the constructors title. And Mert could do a job here if he can finish ahead of Alex. Then that might help Marco take over the lead there. So these Williams boys, I think they should just work well. They work well together. Also.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so I think we got a bit of delay on Discord, which is a bit frustrating, but we'll deal with it. But yeah, I just saw Mert hitting the bollard on the exit of turn 15, and he's lost a bit of time, and he has to dive it into the pits now. But we'll see what his teammate could do as he exits the last corner. I didn't see what he was in comparison to his teammate, but he's diving into the pits as well, so he's not happy. What about our championship leader? He's currently sitting down in 4th place at the moment in qualifying. He definitely knows he could do a lot better, but the Haas goes up to the line. That's more like it. A 125.3. The championship leader currently sitting at the top of the standings. Yeah, that was a very good lap, and you can see the two McLarens working very well together with Casper and Callum, as Callum gave Casper the toe. That's surely going to help Casper on his lap. He admitted to me that he was struggling around this circuit. We'll see if Casper can improve. Up to the line, 4th fastest. That toe has definitely helped there. Good on McLaren boys.
Yeah, good there. Casper, I think, would have won the race last week at his moment before the first pit stop. He lost 2 or 3 seconds there, and I think that lost him the race win. But yeah, great to see Casper back. I do apologise. I have some issues in my broadcast, so if I do interrupt myself, it's just I might have a reset in my system in the race restart, because I'm having a bit issues with my game for some reason. I do apologise.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I think EA servers hang a bit of a mare for some people today, so understandable. But we got certain drivers just about to finish their runs. I believe Curry's only sitting down in 50th, though he unfortunately has invalidated, so he is unable to get a lap in. Now, Mert's going out again. I would have waited if I was him, because the final runs at the end of the session, that's where the track evolves quicker. And I'll be surprised if Mert gets to do one, but I'm guessing he just wants to put on the pressure on all the other drivers. So I'm a bit confused with Mert, to be fair, but we'll see what happens. He's only about a few 100 slower than Alex, and he definitely could find some time there, as it was a banker lap he set at 25.3. So I did predict a 124, but I was being a bit ambitious, so I think we could see 125.2, 125.1. I will keep an eye on the P2 stream, by the way, and let you know what the pole time now. I think it won't be that long before their qualifying has come to an end. If someone could keep an eye on that, that'll be great. And massive shout out to all 12 of you that are watching. And by the way, make sure you watch both of them at the same time. Have them both side by side so you can watch what's going on in P1 and what's going on in P2, because of course those are the top 2 tiers of One Hub Racing. So Mert's going out again. Quite a few people are going out again, actually. I found it hard to get 4 runs in my qualifying session, so I'm guessing a lot more people seem to be confident. But Mert's just about to start his lap. Yeah. Mert can't invalidate here. He just can't. He's got to improve. But I think with his banker lap, I know he could definitely improve and get pole over Alex at the moment. Yeah,
it's only a couple hundredths needs to improve by that. Is definitely without even get a 0.1 here. he nails this, and see what he does. Obviously, the first set to point, he comes at that really long, difficult corner. It's so difficult to get the corner right because you don't know when to go on the throttle. You want to go on the throttle but if you go on too late, you can lose half seconds corner if you get it wrong. Let's see what he does cross line now. Is he going to run his lap time? Oh, I'm not getting the timing. Sorry, I'm not getting the time. I think. Oh, he's slightly up. I noticed on. He's a couple hundreds up. So this may be setting him for pole position. On my screen, it says on an outlap, so I am having all sorts of issues with my stream.
It's all right. That's probably why it's a bit of a delay, Jamie. So, but I'll carry on with this qualifying session. I think you just rejoin at the end of the session. I'll invite you back, as Mert got a bit squirrely as he entered the crest section. It's so easy to do around here. So let's watch Mert in the middle of his run with 4 minutes 30 to go. I didn't see his main. Let me get the lap data. That would help. I was struggling to know if he was up or not. But now I can see if he's up or not. Not the best turn 17 there for Mert. I think he could have put a bit more commitment. Yeah, understandably, he dives it into the pits. Let's watch his teammate though, Marco in the Williams. If he is slower this lap, I think he will have bought that one too, as he didn't take that much curb heading towards turn 17, and he's going to go in as well. Yeah, I think most people are going to abort this one and diving into the pits, unless you're Callum or Lakito. Callum goes up to the line though. He goes 6th fastest, probably not what you would have wanted, but one driver who has got
nice lap.
Yeah, it's still a good lap though for Callum, but Lakito, I think he's in P13 in the moment, not where he wants to be. He's had pole a few times this season. He definitely wants to add a third one to the list as he enters into the big long DRS straight where you can really gain the time here. Burn all the battery. He's almost ran out of battery actually, so he's got to be careful. He's going to run out of deployment very soon. You've got to brake at the 100 meter board then. Flip the car. No, don't hit the wall. He's fine, he's good, he's going to go into the pit lane, and he aborts that one as well. So no one got their third one right, but that's the advantage of having a lobby restart. You can set the softer tyre, and if on your third one you go slower, you can just dive it into the pits, but they do not have long left. Senna got really sped into the pit lane there to make sure he got there in time, but the final part of qualifying is just beginning. We'll see what could happen with all of our drivers. Who do you think is going to get pole? Is it going to be Alex? Is it going to be Mert? Or is it going to be someone different? Or is it going to be Senna, who's not that far behind?
No, Senna's doing a good job there. He's a 10th back. Obviously, he's a 10th back, but he's 5th on the grid. That's incredible. He got a 10th separating the top 5 here. This is really close. This is what I like to see in the top tier. And ironically, the top tier at the moment is probably our most competitive team on the race. And I never thought I'd say that ever again in my life, but that's what it is at the moment.
Yeah. I think I wasn't expecting it to be this competitive. Like the top 12 separated by 9/10 per second, and yes, we had one person in P3 that got into the 25s, but their race pace was awful. So I think what we got to keep an eye on the drivers tonight. Yes, their qualifying might be good, but if their race pace is bad, like mine, then they're really going to struggle. And that's why in our qualifying weeks we base it not just on quality pace, but we base it on race pace in other leagues as well. I'm just literally going to ask the management chat who's got pole in P2 tier and what was the time, so we could compare the times a little bit, because I always like to do that. We couldn't do that this week, but so everyone's on their outlaps now. It's a new driver actually in P10 heading towards what is it? I'm trying to remember, turn 11 now, or I'm losing track of my cons. Yeah, it is turn 11 as well. Only in P10, but still respectable lap time. Again, it's hard to tell if it's good or not based on the P2 times, because obviously P2's happening in the background. Just about boy's voice the wall there. Interestingly, sticks it in third gear, but quite a few people might want to go in second to avoid the traction. But Casper's on the final run, Morgan's on the final run, everyone's on final runs. It is crunch time. Who's going to get a part and who's going to get the best run in towards turn number 1? We'll see what happens in the next few moments.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. This is the crunch moment. See what these guys can do. There's a couple of attempts can hoy up 4 or 5 rows in the grid, so the pressure's on. But if you validate like some of these guys are doing now, then you could plummet down the grid. I expect better from Lakito. I think Lakito want to get a bit higher up. He's probably disappointed with qualifying so far. Maybe wrong with Axel Lock. But yeah, Alex, obviously, he wants to somehow keep on pole, but they've got the two championship contenders right at the front, which is what we love to see. As Dave has retired, I believe that is in the pit lane.
I think so as well.
Crashes,
Yeah.
no crash cars, and we should be good to go again.
Yeah, Dave's retired in the pit lane, unfortunately. But let's watch on board with Casper, who had a very good qualifying last week. He had a very good start in China. He always loves his starts in China. The checker flag has dropped for the final qualifying session of the evening. Casper enters turn 17, past the Hard Rock Stadium, and he aborts his run. So that is his qualifying done. Next person across the line will be Logan, I believe. Yes, Logan stayed in a P11. Then we got one of the Ferraris. Oh, no, it's not Craggy, it's Morgan. Morgan could only manage 5th, but that is a very solid lap time for Morgan. Mert comes across the line in P1 and 125.2. That's more like it. Let's see if Alex or his teammate could do any better. No, Marco can't do any better. That is a lap over. Oh, Casper got disqualified there for parking in a dangerous location, and he just went into the pit lane. So hopefully Axelock has noted down the time, and we could slot him somewhere. I will let Axelock know where he slotted. But our championship leader, can't he get P2 at the moment? Can he slot himself into P1 in qualifying and extend the gap? No, that's not the answer. What could Senna do? He's been the one that said he's been looking confident around this track. He could get a podium, he said. Up to the line.
He's down, I think.
He's down, 4th place for Senna. Arnold's on lap time. He's going to be the last driver to cross the line. And he goes 4th fastest. Arnold, brilliant lap time from him. Going to start
4th.
Very well. So he's starting at a decent position. And not many penalties in this tier for P1 penalties. So that's less of a job for Axelock to worry about this week. But we have got a different pole sitter. Fair play there. And it's going to make some interesting racing. But none of what we would have predicted, to be honest with you. But Craggy, down in 10th place. If he wants to be back in this championship, he's not where he wants to be.
You predicted the Mert pole, did you?
No, we didn't. So let's go for your order. Mert, Alex, Marco, Arnold, Senna, Morgan, Callum, Lakitu, Turtle Master, Craggy, Logan, Dave, Axelock, Curry, and Casper. But I think Casper will slot himself somewhere. If Casper, I will try. I'm sure Axelock will try and find it all stream or something like that. So Casper will not start at the back unless he wants to start at the back, of course, which is fair enough. He's not he's not in the championship. I remember. I think I was watching a race around Bahrain where he wanted to start in the back on purpose. So maybe he wants to do that.
No, he did 0.425 there, so that's reference there. Casper, so I'm going to do a quick reset of my system. Hopefully it'll make my, because at the moment it's very difficult to follow this race. So
yeah, no worries. We'll let you. We'll let you leave the session and Discord. Just restart your system. That will be lovely. But whilst we do that, we could go through the constructors standings. Of course, we went through the drivers earlier on as well. The constructors is quite close now. Mercedes, they got a lot of work to do, of course, with Kevin not being here. And why is it not letting me get the constructors? There we go. So we got Williams leading on 184 points. We got Mercedes in second on 130. Haas in third on 129. Ferrari in fourth, 115. McLaren in fifth on 102. Red Bull in sixth on 88. V-Carb in seventh on 59. Kick Sauber in eighth on 53. We got Aston Martin in 9th on 47. And Alpine, just like they were in real life, is last on 29 points. We may as well go for our sponsors whilst Jamie resets all the systems. So Delta.app, our title sponsor, of course, we introduced them as our title sponsor at the beginning of the season. You could use all your investments in one app and track all of your investments to success with Delta. You can use the link in the description if you want to check it out, because we are live on YouTube. But if you ever watch it live on Twitch, you could do the command ! Delta. Our next sponsor is Next Level Racing. Those are the prizes that they could win this season, but more information to be confirmed on our social. Sim Racing Setups. They provide lots of dry esports setups. Even an esports driver has provided a few setups for this track as well. They're very, very good. And if you use the code OneHubRacing, you can get 10% off at checkout. So make sure you check them out there. And also, the winners of the Sim Racing Setups Driver of the Day each week for each tier win a £10 voucher. And the winner of the Sim Racing Setups Driver of the Season wins a £100 voucher. Maybe we could see someone be edging very close to potentially getting one hand on that tonight in any tier. I don't know who's leading that one, so I have no idea if anyone's close. Anyway, Pure Sim Gear. You can get some gloves and socks by using the code OHR10P. You can get 10% off. And also, the driver who wins the most combined fastest app and polls wins the Speeds Award. And then they wear a pair of Pure Sim Gear gloves and socks. Vespertine, they support our apparel. You can get some lovely merch from them by using the code OneHubRacing, and there is also prizes that they got on offer as well. Whereas the winner of the One Hub Racing Driver Rankings wins this lovely t-shirt, which I'm very jealous of, by the way, and the winner of the Going Gets Tough award gets a nice prize as well from Vespertine. And we got a few more people to mention, and we got SimGrid. Without SimGrid, there will be lots of forms to fill out and lots of spreadsheets, and Cam will be probably absolutely crying his head in shame, but thanks to SimGrid, we can track our standings very easily, and it's easier to track permutations, which we might be able to do from next week. And finally, it was Stress Awareness Month last month, but it'll be Mental Health Awareness Week in a few weeks' time. If you need help, it's time to talk. Go and check out the Mental Health Foundation, because they are a very good charity, and there's quite a few people struggling right now, so make sure you check them out as well. So we may as well go through the sponsors there whilst Jamie gets his time to join back in to the session. And I'm going to get the YouTube chat up, actually. No, I won't get the YouTube chat up. I'm going to get the interviews, because the media day have been quite busy as usual. Let's start off, though, with the drivers' press conference, with Arnaud being called to the conference. He's a very quick driver on this game, and he was asked to get his thoughts on the season overall, and it's been reasonably consistent in the mid-pack, and he's been asked, do you feel you managed to get everything out of the car, or do you feel it could have been better? And he said, thank you, it's always been a pleasure to race at One Hub Racing. I've been consistent and lacking some pace. Generally speaking, having a family and a business to run automatically results in spending less time behind the sim to practice for the upcoming races, even in other leagues. Understandable, but still, he's even quick without any practice. So I wish I could be as quick as you are now with little practice. You are a machine, my friend. But he said, I enjoyed this game cycle and always love to be around such competitive grid which push my limits. And fair play, Arnaud. Arnaud's had some great battles, and I remember I was in a chat with Senna this afternoon, and he definitely can remember the battle Arnaud and Senna had in Bahrain. It was really lovely to cover, and it was one of the battles of the season. And the reason why Senna was enjoying that so much in Bahrain, because they've been racing together with each other for so long, so they can trust each other in terms of, what space should I give a driver, and what space to not give a driver, basically, and when to back out and when not to. So Arnaud being very good there. And I'm just going to check to see if Jamie's back. Jamie, are you back, and can you hear me? Oh, it's a bit of a delay.
I can hear you. It's not 100%, but I think it's better, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to do much of the action building. It looks like today. Then, so yeah, we just spoke about Arnaud, but Arnaud's having a very good season, and even without that much practice, he's still managing to pick up consistent results.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, he really is, and it's great to see. Great to see him. Obviously, I'd love to see him get a podium. I think he's got the pace of the podium, qualifying fourth. He will have the pace of the podium if he just does a good job. Yeah, it's great to see, and he's a very experienced driver on One Hub Racing. Yeah, he does have a lot of interest outside league racing, as a lot of us do nowadays. But it's great to see him still, obviously, doing a fantastic job. One of the most experienced drivers in the league, and still doing well in this really quick tier.
Yeah, he now has a baby as well, so I don't know how he's managing to look after a little one and still race, fair play, whereas, of course, Nick has now had a baby, so that's why he's not racing, and he's got a new job as well, Nick, so he's a busy boy. He has to work on bank holiday weekend, which That's why, of course, he's not racing this season. But yes, he's got to look after a little one. He recently took his little one to a hockey rink, and I saw a photo of him, and it's super cute. But hopefully we'll see Nick racing very soon, and maybe we'll see his little one Noah racing in about like 10, 15 years time. That'll be a lot of fun. He'll probably be quicker than me, even though I'll be still racing. But that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, Arnold's still doing a decent job. We'll see how he does in the race. I think he'll be definitely one of the contenders for the race win. For sure. Rivalries. Turtle Master and Lakita were called to the rivalries as they were founded themselves as teammates. With Lakita currently sitting 5th overall, will there be any team orders to finish further up the order, or will they be free to race? And Lakita said, I think at this point I have my chance to be higher up and made way too many mistakes week after week. So I'm just hoping to have a good final few races without really looking at the championship. There's no need for team orders, just trying to have some fun. And Turtle Master saying, first I have to see where my pace is. If he's behind me and much faster, then I won't fight him and just let him by. Haven't looked at the standing, but we want to finish as high as we can. So I think for Turtle Master, if he sees Lakitu, he won't fight him too much. And I think Lakitu will be the opposite. If he sees Turtle Master, he will fight, but there won't be any team orders there. So that's great to see for the Red Bull pairing.
Yeah, it's good to see. Obviously great seeing you guys in the league as well. Obviously, and yeah, I think Clark left last week, so it's great to see him play straight away in that Red Bull team. Yeah, I think they could work together. Turtle Master, I think he did quite well in qualifying there. He surely can be competitive in this tier, as we do try place drive as best we can. I think we've done a pretty good job this season on that, and yeah, hopefully it's another one there, as he likes the white Red Bulls, and we've look at it as well. So you have 2 white Red Bulls on the grid. I know you're a particular fan of that livery.
Okay, so I had a feeling that was going to happen. I have just had a word from Axelot, and that's what I thought. So Casper intentionally disqualified himself as he wants to start from the back of the grid. Fair play. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So yeah, he won't, his time won't get reinstated. He wants to start at the back. So fair play to him. He will start. As I've just sent you another invite, Jamie. So hopefully you can get back in soon. But we'll talk about the engine penalties, as we got quite a few. Actually, no, we got 2, the least already here. So Lakita's taking an engine and Axelot's taking a gearbox. That's it. I think Lakita doesn't like this circuit, so I can understand why he's taking it here. Axelot, understandably, he doesn't like this circuit either, so that's probably why he's taking it there as well. But I'm not that surprised not many people are taking it here, to be honest, because there's plenty of opportunities where you're just stuck in a DRS train you can't overtake anyway. As it looks like Jamie is trying to get back into the session. So whilst we do that, yep, he is back in the session. That is all good news as we are about to get going. So I think there's not many changes in the lineups, as we're saying, apart from Casper starting near the back of the grid, and hopefully we should be readying up soon. And if you wanted to keep an eye on what was going on in the P2 race, so pole in P2 was a 25.5 and it was set by Kinney, and Josh is currently leading that one with Zonto in second and Lukey in third. So that's what's going on at the moment. The frame drops are an absolute nightmare for me, so I could barely see what was going on. But yeah, if you want to find out what's going on in P2, watch P2 and also watch P1 going on at the moment. But yeah, that's the status quo in the P2 at the moment. And Kinney looks like he's going to try and go for a move. I won't commentate, that's up to the P2 commentators, but it looks like the P2 race is looking like to be very competitive at the moment. I'm liking this at the moment. And Kinney needs to get third place, by the way, if he wants to get his championship hopes alive. So from a neutral perspective, we hope that happens, because I think Jacob didn't have the best of qualifying. And that's lot we've just been told by him. I think we should be good to go, Jamie.
Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, everyone's ready shortly. Yeah, I was going to mention, I'm realising that not many round here, because I say this track, it isn't really conducive. I don't think it's just so difficult to pull a pass and also to pull away as well, because you could do a pass in like turn 1 for But the guy behind get you back on DRS, as we saw a bit in the real life Grand Prix today. Obviously, it's totally different regs to these regs, and yeah, I'm not too surprised there's a lack of energy penalties. I do expect, see, if people have got them left, if people have got enough life in engine, I do expect a lot in Las Vegas final of the season. So I think that might be a bit of a good one for engine penalties if you join mid-season or missed races, of course. So Las Vegas, and obviously it'd be last chance to take them. So some guys at the moment, if they don't take it next week, they're going to start getting points penalties.
And that's not just for the drivers, that's also for the constructors as well. And if you have someone that wants to fight for the constructors championship, then you could be in a spot of bother. If you're one of those drivers want to fight for the championship, you're gonna be a bit worried there. And thanks, Evil, for pointing out that my mic is louder than Jamie's. It's because I forgot to put my limiter on my mic, so I'm a bit of an idiot there. But hopefully that's fix the problem now, so hopefully I won't be as loud as Jamie. So we do apologise about that. Like I said, we didn't have time to set up the stream ahead of tonight because of course we were watching the not the P1, but the real life race, of course. But the wet dry race, of course, is going to be clear to overcast to clear, so it's going to be a completely dry race. Of course, the drivers will be given 2 minutes. Strategy: just avoid the softs at all costs unless you're like near the back of the grid. I think starting on mediums will be the best, but we have seen people near the back start on hards, and they did make it work if you could stay within DRS. But if I were you, starting on mediums, and probably a two sets of hard is probably the best option because you can cover off an early safety car. And if there's an early safety car, you can go on to another set of hards and then stretch those out for a bit longer and then pit early again for a second set of hards. Really, the mediums don't last long at all. They last, I think, about 6 laps before they start to die. So I think double hard is going to be the way to go. And if they go balanced, then they're probably going to struggle.
Yeah, the hard to me is the best race tyre. You can get about 12, 13 laps out of it. And obviously in our race, we had a safety car, and it sort of transformed the race, midway safety car, because I was able to cheekily come in the pits, and all the leaders were stuck behind the safety car. Obviously, they passed the pit entry, and the safety car came out before them, so that sort of transformed that race for me. So yeah, starting mediums, and lap one safety car. If it's lap one safety car, starting mediums, you can put, these guys can probably make double hard work, but I wouldn't. But these guys probably can.
Because they're the top tier, for goodness sake.
Track position is king, and yeah, definitely. And in this team, I've seen a lot of difference actually. I mean, I've seen Mr. Casper Clean like to go for a cheeky soft tyre, but around here I don't think it's going to work because it is the C5 tyre, and this track absolutely kills the rears. So it is, for me, the rears were just awful on that race today. I was sliding everywhere about 5 laps of any tyre, and the tyre deck is crazy. You lose about 2 seconds over a stint in terms of lap time, so the tyre deck around here is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I was struggling with my setup in general. I think I had the wrong setup. I think if I had more time during the week, I would have probably crafted my setup a bit more. And yeah, even on 11 lap old hards towards the end, my rears were killing me as well. And the ERS management is going to be key as well because it's so hard to recharge your battery around this circuit. I find it quite difficult as well. I think if I were you, try and save the battery as you enter turn 4, 5 and 6. That's where you can really put it on none battery and also in heavy braking zones. But we are about to get underway then for the 5 red lights here in Miami, and it is action. Let's see who gets the best start, and it is Mo's at a lightning start across the line. Same with Marco, actually, as may make a bit of contact between himself and Alex. Arnell still staying in 4th position, but we got one of the Hasses maybe in trouble soon, but Morgan getting a good move around the outside of Senna. They still go round side by side as they enter turn number 4 now, and this is a common place for dirty air, so that's why Morgan run a bit wide. That's allowed Senna to capitalise there, heading in towards turn 7 as we see round the outside moves again from the McLaren, and Callum on arms trying to get past Morgan. Morgan is struggling on those tyres, which is not going to be ideal, but it is the 2 Williams that lead. Mert in P1, Marco 2nd and Alex in 3rd. Tenner gets past Arnold and now a little ding-dong bound. We can see Morgan trying to fight back from McCallum. There's still 3 wide potentially as they enter turn 11. A very clean start from all of our drivers. A tiny bit of contact, but no harm done. But it is Mert, our pole sitter, that leads from his teammate Marco in second.
Yeah, the only guy to actually keep his place on the grid. Everyone else moved either up or down the place. And actually, Alex, interesting enough, on the third place, gone for the hard tyre. So he's gone for a different way of strategy. He's gone long on the first stint. And two Williams work together where they want to be. They can work together and try and pull a gap and try and make Alex's job very difficult there. And Senna and Arnaud. And it's Callum is looking really threatening behind Arnaud. And Morgan is having a solid run as well in 7th place.
Yeah, I think Morgan obviously qualified 5th and then he dropped down a few positions as Lakitu trying to battle his teammate as Lakitu has had a bit of a spin as he enters turn number 1 there. No. Made a bit of contact, that is similar to what we've seen one of the other Red Bulls do in real life. Curry as well went round, so that is not ideal if you're the Haas man or the Red Bull man. But luckily, I don't think Callum's trying to go for it.
Oh, sorry.
No, apologies, everybody. It's going to be a bit of a delay between me and Jamie tonight.
Yeah, Callum had a bit of a... I thought...
Oh, my God. Oh, sorry, everyone. Oh, my God. Yeah, Callum had a bit of a moment as he entered
this is not working for me. Sorry.
Yeah, it is not working at all here as Craggy goes from me.
Yeah, I've just got horrific delay on this, and I can't even watch the race at the moment because the car's just jumping everywhere. I'm glad I didn't have this while I was racing. I don't know what's happened. This is, I don't know. I do apologise for this. It just happens sometimes. But I've tried to reset, but it just hasn't worked.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine, Jamie. We sometimes get moments like that, and like you were saying, luckily it didn't happen in your race because I wouldn't want to have dealt with your issues earlier on, but at least it was all sorted for that. But we're on lap 3 of 29, everybody. Mert in P1, Marco in 2nd, Alex in 3rd. The championship will still go down to next week and it's stand with 2 of your championship contenders, but Craggy would be eliminated if he stays as he is right now. Craggy is struggling. Last time he raced here, he won this race back in season 26, but he's not doing very well around here as he chases down Callum Bassett. Callum is having a decent race as well on those hard tyres. Most people are on them. No one has opted for the soft compound tyres and no one has gone into the pit lane. As we can see, by the way, Craggy has got a brilliant exit on the exit of turn 7, and now he's going to gain a DRS, burn the battery. He's got plenty of battery to use actually to try and get past the McLaren as he enters towards turn 11. Now I think it's going to be an easy move for the Ferrari driver. Will the McLaren cover him off? No, he can't. Craggy is up into 6th place and he now chases down Arnaud for 5th place. So yeah, Arnaud doing a great job in 5th place holding on, but yeah, Craggy trying to climb his way up, but not pretty much closing in the way that we would have liked.
No, he doesn't know, but I do expect to see Craggy get back in there later on because he does have good pace end of the race, and obviously he's a guy looking for a race win this season. I believe he's capable of doing it, but yeah, he has a bit of work to do after not the best qualifying session as the 2 Williams. And Alex is keeping with these guys on the hard tyre. This bodes well for him because about lap 4, this is when the mediums start to go off a bit, and I believe from now on in, Alex will probably be on the better tyre. So I won't be surprised to see Alex go for one of these Williams later on.
Yeah, I think we could see quite a few moves as we get to the next few laps, because in about lap 6 or lap 7, we will see potential pit stops being made from certain drivers. Like if you're stuck on a DRS train, that's probably where you're going to probably go for the move. But I know with Senna and Alex, they're going to probably extend for a little bit on those hards. Fair play to them for making the hard strategy work. I did say if you started on the hards and you were able to stay in this DRS train, this could be very good, because I had experience earlier on where I finished my last stint on the mediums in the practice, and I was much quicker than my first stint on the mediums, and it felt so much better. So maybe Senna and Alex wants to go onto the mediums at the end of the race, where the car just feels lighter and you'll be able to carry more speed into the corners. So Senna in 4th place, he's looking for a podium, and none of us predicted on the podium in our predictions. And usually if I predict Senna in predictions, he never gets on the podium. So Senna's probably glad that I'm not predicting it at the moment. It's just so hard to overtake in this DRS train. As you can see, Alex covering off Senna very nicely as we enter now into turn 17. Nicely done there from the Haas driver. But we see, I think one of the RPs got a bit squirrely. That was Arnow, which allows Craggy to close in a little bit more as well. Callum's out of DRS to Craggy, which is going to allow Morgan to go side by side. Ferrari versus McLaren. We saw that in real life, didn't we? But this time Morgan gets past Callum. Callum is struggling on those medium tyres. Maybe his setup is just not working.
Yeah. No, it didn't look that nice. Obviously, Callum's not had the best of season so far. Obviously, he came close to winning the title last season, but it just hasn't gone from this season. I believe Marco is Marco and Mert. I wonder if Mert is just helping Marco with DRS here. I wonder what the Williams' plan is here in action here. Will Mert just drag Marco along? And obviously, I believe Marco will get pit stop priority, so we'll see what happens. The pit stops will happen very soon. I believe you can probably start pitting this lap on the mediums and get to the end on 2 stops, so if you're doing double hard. So I wouldn't surprise to see 1 or 2 guys in the pits as Casper and Logan are going side by side, and Logan's going to get that move done ahead of Casper. The 2 McLaren boys are dropping down the order a bit.
Yeah, the McLarens are not loving life at the moment. But to be fair, Casper started at the back of the grid because he got disqualified on purpose, and he is now in 10th place. So to be fair, he's in the points after starting last. So he's doing a good job there. Axelot not making ground after his gearbox penalty. He's only down in 13th place, so he's got a lot of work to do. Meanwhile, Casper's going to try and fight back onto the entry of turn 17. Doesn't quite work quite there. We got an early pit stop. Marco's in. Okay, that is not what we were expecting. So Marco's going to come into the pit lane and do surely he's got to be double hards, because otherwise that's not going to work otherwise. So hard tyres for him. I would only come in now if you were on the soft tyres. I pitted in my race at the end of lap 6. So we pitted a lap earlier than I would have thought, but there we go. So Marco comes out. Let's see if he's got some clear air. He should be fine. The only person in front of him is Curry. So as long as he can get clean air for the rest of his lap, he should be fine. But will Mert and Alex have to respond here?
I believe we'll have to, because the undercut on it is so powerful, because the old tyres are about 2 seconds slower, so they will have to cover him off, because Mark will be too far ahead. But also, will they go for an offset as well? This will be interesting to see. Obviously, Alex and Senna won't be pitting, but I think Mert will pit this lap. And yeah, I pitted lap 6 as well. That's because he had wing damage, and I would have pitted later, but obviously I had to go a certain pit stop window to drive flaps with damaged wing, because if I pitted lap 1, I wouldn't have got the tyres to the right lap. So yeah, so I had to pit. I had to go 5 laps of broken wing round there, which isn't fun.
Yeah, I think John had a bit of damage as well. I think, or it was someone else who I was in the party with had a bit of damage in as well. And damage around here, absolute nightmare. As we could see Callum round the outside of Logan in towards turn 17. We got more pit stops. Mert is in. He had to respond. So's Logan. So's Casper. They come in. Oh, Casper's got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's not going to help Casper with any stretch of the imagination. His day's gone from bad to worse, unfortunately. Only 1 speeding in the pit lane penalty. I think everyone else has gotten away with it. So let's watch Marco as he enters in towards turn 1, and we will closely see his teammate. Marco's well ahead. So the undercut is powerful, and it's now switched hands.
Huge undercut.
Yeah, Marco in P1, Mert in P2. But to be fair, Marco's in the championship fight. Mert isn't, so it's understandable that Marco did have pit lane priority, and I don't think Mert minds if he's in P2, but I wonder if he's going to fight for the win here, because in terms of team strategies, you're allowed to help your teammate and your teammate only. If you're in the same esports team and you're not in the same constructor, you can't do that. But if you're in the same constructor, you can deliberately help your teammate by holding people up. You're allowed to do that, but you can't do that with anything else. I wonder if Mert's going to do the same thing, or is it just every man for himself? It looks like it's every man for himself at the moment. He's caught up right to the back of Marco, and don't forget Mert has a tyre offset at this stage. As Arnoud has got past Senna, and it looks like they're going to be fighting again as they almost pushed each other into the pit lane. As Arnoud comes for a yellow flag, that's Axelot. Axelot's out of the race.
Axelot's out.
And do we have a safety car? VSC. VSC has been deployed then, and that is bad news if he just pitted like if you're Marco or Mert. But good news for Alex, that was very good timing. So we'll see where Marco comes out in relation to Alex and Arnold, who just pitted. And that has worked wonders if you're Alex and Arnold. Because of that BSC, you lose so much little time. So Alex is now your net race leader on the mediums. Yeah. And we got a few drive-throughs. I didn't see who that was. That was Dave being one of them, but I didn't see who the other one was.
Dave, Craggy, Lakito. As we're underway now, obviously they preempted the restart a bit too soon. That's a 3 guys with a driver penalty, which is very harsh. In real life, that's a 5-second penalty, but in this game, it's a drive-through for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, we're underway now. Senna and Turtle Master are yet to pit, but Alex now has got a 3-second lead on Marco, and he's got the better tyres, so that could be a championship deciding VSC, you know. As we've Axelock, did he bin it somewhere? I didn't quite see where his car was.
I didn't quite see it, to be honest. Surely you could tell us in management chat a little bit later on what happened. And to be fair, he hasn't been confident around this circuit, so we'll see how he does in the final 2 rounds as we head to Abu Dhabi next week, and then we head to Las Vegas for the final round. And Alex, this could be crucial for him as we can see close the gap as Turtle Master does get past Dave in towards P2. They're going to try and stretch those hards for a little bit longer. No, maybe not. Dave's not going to stretch those hard tyres. He's going to come in, whereas Turtle Master's going to stay out. Senna, understandably, stays out. He's leading at the moment, 2.3 seconds. I'm surprised he hasn't come in. Maybe he hasn't got 2 sets of hards. He's only got 1, so he's going to probably try and stretch those out for as long as he can. This has been a very good race so far, so well done to everyone involved there. And Craggy, by the way, he got very unlucky when he pitted. I think he got down. Yeah, he's serving his drive-through, so is Dave. So it was a bit unfortunate. I predicted Craggy for the win today, and he's now down in 13th. So Craggy, I'm sorry. I'm rubbish at predictions.
No.
Honestly, I've been so rubbish with predictions this week. And Colin's not here, and Jake had to predict for him, and it looks like he will beat me this week. And Colin's probably going to be so relieved about that because he was worried that because he was not here, he was going to be sabotaged. But no, it looks like Jake's going to beat me in predictions this week, which I'm not happy. As the gap now between Alex and Arnold is 1.6 seconds, now 1.5. And now that is going to be interesting. A long DRS train, as you can see, as we enter turns 14 and 15. Now, Alex has got to keep his cool now. Yes, he's going to be in a tyre offset at the moment, but he's going to have to go onto a set of hards, I believe, later on. And we know that it's not going to last long, those medium tyres. So Arnold and Marco are going to be patient. And Morgan, I think, got past Mert. I don't know what happened there, but Morgan's having a good second stint on those hard tyres. He could be on for another 4th place as Senna and Turtle Master goes into the pits, Jamie.
Yeah, they're in the pits now, yeah, together. Sure what they're going to go for. They're going to go for a set of hard tyres, I believe. Yeah, both on the hard tyres. So Alex, the outlier, on the medium tyres. Obviously, it's going to work well at the moment, but in a 3 laps time, it's going to struggle. He's got to pit at the right time. The problem with the mediums on this stint is that he's got to leave himself an incredibly long stint on the hard tyres at the end. So he might be a bit of a sitting duck at the end with the tyre deg being such a factor around here. As you say, Arnold's having a good run in second place. I say Arnold is looking... Arnold may be on for the podium here today. He's having a nice solid run. Obviously got a bit lucky with the VSC, but I think, is in the best tyre state at the moment. As you mentioned, yeah, Mert obviously back up to 4th now. He's past Morgan. He's back behind his teammate again. The Williams boys will be a bit miffed by that VSC. It cost them a clear 1-2 at the moment.
Yeah, 1-2 for Alex and Arnold at the moment, but still Marco and Mert could climb up there and close the gap. I haven't seen P1 this close in a long time, and if this is what it's going to be for the rest of the season, I'm very, very excited. To be honest, I'm gutted I'll be missing next week, to be honest. I'm expecting Abu Dhabi to be, I think, even more close with this tier, and I've been enjoying watching this tier all season as quite a few drivers have started to improve as we're on about to start lap 11, and always Marco almost closing onto Arnold but couldn't quite do it. And Alex's mediums, he's absolutely loving life at the moment. He's probably glad that Arnold is fighting with Marco and Mert. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the battery as much as possible here, but I think quite a lot of people seem to be burning it on the back straight heading in towards turn 17. That's where they're using, I think, a lot of the deployment, and we're interested to see who could effectively save their ERS effectively, especially through this section in turn 4, 5 and 6.
Yeah, if you can save your in, you're going to enjoy it down the straight to Pete a lot. And I believe Arnold's a bit of a cork and bottle moment. I believe the Williams guys are faster. But I have to say, Arnold had a great run through there. And has he cleared DRS? I believe he has. Is it going to be quite tight? I think as the Williams got DRS, DRS comes quite late here. So wait and see if he does have DRS. I don't believe he does. But Marco seems to have really good straight line speed naturally anyway. He gains a lot on straight line speed anyway. But yeah. I had a really good run for the last few corners of that first sector, and that allowed him a bit of respite. But don't think it'll be too long till the Williams boys are passed, because they do look quicker.
Yeah, they do look quicker, I have to say. And we've even seen in real life how big the trains were, even without DRS and with the overtake boost, or the straight line mode. I don't know. I'm still not understanding the 26 regulations here, really. And it's the last season in One Hub Racing where we get to see DRS, and just like in real life, it's hard to overtake around here, as Logan, by the way, gets past Casper for 7th place. And don't forget, there's still quite a few penalties. Casper got one for speeding in the pit lane, so he is already further back than he needs. And we've already seen in a lot of leagues, now a lot of tiers this afternoon, if you get a 10-second penalty, pretty much that is your race done and dusted, as we're almost half race distance of this race. And it still looks like in a few laps time we could see our next pit stop for Alex, who will go on to his final set of the hard compound tyres, and we'll see he can stretch it a little bit. If we get a safety car now, that would work wonders for him, because he could do that. If we get a safety car now, and a lot of people have chosen the second set of hards, then that'll be ideal for them as well. But if you've only got mediums left, and if you're on hards now, you're probably going to be in a spot of bother. So for the majority of people, they're probably not hoping for a safety car right now. As we can see, Mert is closing up to Marco. I wonder if Mert is strategically... he kind of almost got past Mert there. I wonder if Mert is strategically helping his teammate there to make sure that Callum does not have a sniff. But to be fair, his championship rival Alex is in the lead anyway. But if his teammate Mert could do anything to help Marco try and gain as many points as he can, then I think Williams will be a very happy team going into this. Meanwhile, Mert is going to try and get past his team. No, he's not going to do it. He is not going to do it. I wouldn't do it if I were you. I would play the team order and help your teammate, which is exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, that it's not worth it, and they are not slowly starting to gain lead now. It's started to, with the mediums, are starting to feel a bit second car now. We started to get the sliding now. This track, it's low grip anyway, but you start to get sliding even more now. And I think Arnold's doing a good job. I'm quite impressed how he's hanging on. I did say the Williams quicker, but at the moment Arnold's had to pull away a bit now, and Mert looks the quicker Williams driver. So this is interesting, the Williams team, because I think Mert is the quicker of two drivers, but obviously Marco is in the championship fight, so it's going to be very difficult for them to work this out. As so they are working well together, but Alex is now starting to come in a bit of pressure as that gap is 1.5 seconds now. Almost.
The mediums are dead.
Arnold is starting to gain, and I think he's cleared the. Yeah, mediums are dead, and Arnold has a great first sector every time. I wonder if Arnold's running slightly more wing than these Williams boys, because his first sector, he nails the first sector every time.
I've just been told about what happened to Axelot, and if you have not watched the real life race, look away now for like 20-30 seconds. I'll do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Axelot did a Hadjar. He did exactly the same to what we saw Hadjar do in real life. That was what Axelot did, and he even said he was going to do it. He predicted he was going to do it in the management chat. So unlucky Axelot. That was a shame.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was intentional.
It was definitely not intentional. So, but he basically the crash was a replica of what Hadjar did. But yeah, don't worry, Axelot is not intentional at all. But I was going to say he predicted that he was going to do a Hadjar, and he did. So unfortunate there. But Arnold starting to close the gap. The offset not working well here, and I think I'm just looking at Arnold's tyres. He seems to be managing it quite well. It's quite even on both the front and the rear tyres for Arnold. So this is looking good for him. Marco's looking good for him as well. As we're seeing a 3-second time penalty for Turtle Master in the background. Turtle Master could still get some points in this league on debut, which will be amazing. Top 12 do score points. It is a mandatory 2-stop. So Turtle Master, yes, he joined the league, but he could be on for his first point in the league, and that'll be a great milestone.
Yeah, it'd be great to see him. I've had a look at the strategy actually. It's Senna and Tailmaster, two guys have done double hard. So at the moment, so they're going to go in the medium and final stint. Obviously, obviously a Tailmaster has women two stop because anyway, even the one stop race you have to do two different compounds. So yeah, that is good to see. And yeah, and Arnard is getting very close to DRS range of Alex. I believe he'll be in the DRS down the next DRS straight because Arnard and now he's dragging Marco, Mert, and Callum along with him. And Morgan is not far this fight either. Morgan is showing some good pace. He's cleared Logan by 3 seconds, and Morgan is not too far to lead fight. But these top 5 are going to come very close together now. I believe Arnard will be in DRS down the long straight after turn 7.
I have to say, Arnaud's pace has been very consistent so far. And like we were saying earlier, we were looking at the driver's press conference and he admitted that he didn't have enough time to do much practice for this race. And he's still doing a decent job. He is a driver that can learn to adapt in these type of conditions where you do not have that much practice. And he's also in a championship fight in another league as well, so maybe he's got that fire in him that he wants to do well in other leagues, so he could be confident going into another league championship decider and basically do well in that. I think that's potentially what he's doing. He's doing a phenomenal job, the best I ever seen him race in one hub for quite a while. I'm trying to remember his last win. I believe it was Brazil a couple of seasons ago where we saw Arnaud's last win in one hub racing. Yes, he got a bit lucky, but you have to have the pace, and that's what Arnaud did that day. But to be honest, Arnaud had a bit of luck, but he's got the pace to show it at the moment, and VSC definitely helping him there, but he can't get close to Alex just yet. If I was him, be just a little bit patient. I can't call who's going to win this one. It could go to anybody.
Yeah, go anyone soon now, especially Alex in the pits in the next 2 laps. I believe that's when the pitman open for hard tyres. You can come in now for hards if you want to go at the end, but yeah, Alex has got Marco in the pits. Marco going for another undercut. Obviously, he got screwed over by a safety car last time, but now Marco's in and he's going to try and undercut these guys. And I believe Alex should come in this lap to try and cover that off because
he's got to.
If he's got a race engineer, he'd be in his ear telling him to pit this lap. Yeah.
Yep, he's got to at this point, really. He's struggling on those moves. And look at how close the back of Arnaud is on this lap alone. He's about 7/10 of a second quicker than Alex that lap. So Alex is struggling a little bit out there on those mediums, whereas Arnaud isn't. He's going to burn the battery. I don't think Arnaud is going to be close enough this lap to warrant a move, unfortunately, but you never know with Arnaud. Through he goes in towards turn 11, and it looks like it's going to be signed, sealed, delivered from the man from Belgium, and that was nicely done from him. So he takes the race lead at the moment, but don't forget, he himself and Alex have still got to do one more pit stop, and then they'll be them done. Marco has done his 2 stops, so we'll see what those two could do now. But Alex is going to have the battery and DRS down this back straight, so will Alex fight back here? Alex is Arnaud saving the ERS, which allowing Alex to fight back. So I think Arnaud didn't fight for this one too much, I think. Oh, Arnaud's going to fight back here. Arnaud's going to fight back here to the fourth and final corner. That was nicely done from Arnaud. Unfortunately, Alex didn't make the move stick, and Alex is going to fight back once more into turn 1. That's amazing stuff from the pair of them as well. 2 really experienced drivers, as Alex has joined quite a few seasons ago. Arnaud has been a staple at league race for so long. We know how well he races. He races absolutely fantastic, and what great racer between these two. I want to send this for the Stewards Room stream. Every time I see Arnaud fighting someone, it's just incredible the way he defends, the way he attacks. I just wonder if he's going to go for the move here. I'm loving these two fight, and it's great to see Arnaud at his peak right now. I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's great to see. And I wonder if these two guys will double medium strategy, because if you want to go hard, you'd have pitted that lap. So these guys maybe double medium. Yeah, that was great racing. Obviously, I was having a bit of issues with it, so I didn't see it fully. But what I saw it was absolutely fantastic. Give each other great respect, and Alex has had a great lap here. I'd say he's doing a great job on the medium tyres. His pace on the medium tyres is still quicker than Callum and Morgan behind. I have to say, I'm quite impressed by how Alex manages mediums, and I'm pretty sure he's going to go double medium here, but it might be, it's 12 laps to go on this lap, so if he's doing double medium, if he's doing double hards, he'll be pitting. If he's doing hards at the end, he'll be pitting this lap. But if he's going any further, he's committing another set of mediums in my view.
He's staying out. They're both. Oh no, Alex is in. Yeah, Alex is in. Alex is in. Well, he's got to at this point. Those mediums weren't gonna last that long. Whereas Arnold, I think, is gonna just wait a little bit. I could hear myself, by the way.
Surely hards now.
Yeah, it's definitely hard now for Alex. So let's watch Marco then. And Marco is way ahead. Marco is way... no, he's not. Okay, heading towards... I'm losing track of corners. Never mind. Right, Marco's making his way towards T1. And so is Mert. And, yeah, he's miles ahead. But not that far. He's got Marco, then Mert, then Alex. And I think Arnold's got to pull an in-lap of his life in order to stay ahead of these guys. So we'll see if Arnold is able to stretch these for as long as he can. Yeah, I think he's probably going to go medium to the end because he saw how Alex did on those mediums quite well. To be fair, on 10-lap on hard, I'm looking at his tyre wear. He's doing very well.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job in the lead, yeah. And I do mention that Pex, it is quite deceiving because you do cut a bit of turn 1, turn 2. You can look like you're behind the guy, but then suddenly, side by side with Pex, I'm not a fan of Pex one day, it is quite dangerous because you're very close to the racing line, come out the pits there. Yeah, but as you see, but Alex is so near us to the Williams boys, so it hasn't worked out too badly for him, and he's on the better tyres now. This is going to be a race long battle between the Williams boys and Alex, and now Arnold is going long, he's going more laps, so he's definitely committing to set of means at the end.
No, but he's not. He's pitting. He's pitting into the set of the hard, I think.
Yeah.
So he
my
goes
stream
hard.
had him cutting the pits very late there, so sorry. Oh, he's on hard, yeah.
That's a bit late for him, and Marco, Mert, and Alex are ahead of him already. That's a huge undercut. Huge. And Craggy's got ahead of him. Oh, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be close. Yeah,
Arnold's
through. Arnold's through. So Arnold's lost 2 seconds on Alex and Mert alone. So I think what Arnold should have done was followed Alex in, and he could have been in this fight. And now he got Craggy in it. So don't forget, Craggy still have to stop one more time. So the only ones who still got to do 2 stops, I believe, as I get the stops. So we got Senna and Turtle Master. They've got 1 stop to make, more stop to make. Craggy's got 1 more stop to make, and David's got 1 more stop to make. Everyone else has completed their mandatory 2 stop, and that will take them to the end of the Grand Prix. We had no safety car, but we had a VSC as Morgan has got past his teammate of Craggy. And Craggy, not the race that it has been for him, considering he won this race last time out. But don't forget, there was a wet, effective running, I believe, when we last came to Miami, and he always loves the rain. So Craggy, unfortunately, is struggling a little bit at Miami on this game, but he's going to hope he does well in Abu Dhabi, and I'm probably not going to predict him next week, so yeah, and he'll probably end up doing well at the end, knowing me. It's always like that with quite a few drivers that I predict. They always do well when I don't predict them, 9 times out of 10. As we're about to start, we're on lap 20 of 29 now. Senna leads from Turtle Master in second, but don't forget they're still yet to stop. Arnold's now within 2 seconds. If these 3 guys keep fighting, Arnold can still be on the back of this, but I think Arnold's going to try and save the battery here to his advantage, because he's going to have the tyre offset compared to the rest of these drivers. So watch out for him come the end of this one. And also, some of the drivers are a bit of risk in terms of warnings, and if they're not careful, they will pick themselves a penalty. Dave has just come in from his meat, and he's onto the softs. Softs won't get to the end from here. I tried 3 laps in my first few days of practice. I just gave up halfway through after 2 laps. So yeah, Dave going on the soft to the end, not ideal. If you pick for mediums now, I think it'll be much better than only if you're on soft, but I don't think Dave had any other options.
No, it didn't. No, you can run out of tyres around it. You only get 3 sets of ideal race tyres. So if you have a damage at start and you have to pit, then you're going to run out of race tyres. You've got to run the soft. It's not the P40 at the back that guys having to cycle through soft tyres, because they're basically running out of tyres because it hit walls, got damage, and have to pit. So yeah, it's very unfortunate for these guys. And Turtle Master, his pace is very impressive. He's right in the back of 7 here, and if she's got that penalty, because he could have been on for like a top 6, top 7. I have to say, I'm very impressed by Turtle Master's pace. That they're going another lap, so how long ago This guy's been Mert is almost. Look how close he's to the back of Turtle Master and Senna. He'll be on DRS and these guys.
Look at Arnold.
So
Arnold's getting 2 seconds.
A bit, so hopefully these issues have resolved a little bit.
Yeah, Arnold's gained 2 seconds on this lap alone. His pace, that last lap, he was 1 point... No, actually, no, not 2 seconds. Pardon my French. 1.1 seconds quicker than Alex that lap. And that's because he had the clear air to be able to close in. That's the advantage because these guys kept squabbling. Arnold's still in this fight. So don't count Arnold out for the win of this race. If either of those three keep squabbling, Arnold could be the one that wins this race. Mert has got to do what he can to try and help Marco here because he's got his championship rival, Alex, right behind him. And this could be make or break in terms of the championship. If Alex is ahead of Marco at the end of this race, then Alex has got a great chance to take the title next week. If Marco closes the gap, then that does mean the title will go to not Abu Dhabi, it will go to Las Vegas. And it'll probably be the only tier where it will go to Las Vegas. So anything can happen here, as it's going Las to Vegas, be that Turtle Master's going to let Mert through, understandably, because of course some Turtle Master still yet to stop, whereas Marco, Mert,
should pit.
Yeah, he's coming in. Yeah, he's coming in. So good stint on those hard sides for Turtle, and he's probably going to go on to accept the mediums now until the end of the Grand Prix. And he's going to try and go for the fastest lap to try and gain some extra points. But now your order: Marco for Mert, Alex and Arnold. And thanks for those of you that just joined us from the P2 stream. We hope you enjoyed the P2 stream, by the way. No spoilers, please. I'll watch it after the race. As we can see, Arnold trying to go for the move on Alex, but Alex shuts the door in turn 5.
Yeah, Arnold, I have to say, he's looking really good. He looks the quickest of the drivers so far, but the problem is he's got the pace, but the problem is, can he get the move done? Because he's in the back of a train now, and it's going to make overtaking very difficult. And Mert is doing a fantastic job for his teammate here. He's doing the perfect team game. At the moment, Marco, if we look at this, Marco is going to take over that championship lead.
Yep, he could as well, which could be, I think, very exciting if your name starts with an M, and we could see the constructors fight going all down to the wire as well. And I think I won't be surprised if Williams actually go on and win the thing. It's, oh no, Senna's got a penalty. That's not ideal for Senna in 7th place, so he's going to drop quite a bit down. And unfortunately, the podium that he was hoping for, unfortunately, is gone to pot right now. But Alex, a few tenths behind Mert. This could be make or break for the Haas driver. Oh, there's a bit of
Alex
a dive bomb there. Alex up the inside, and that was very close to contact, but he just about saved that dive bomb there. That was a very controlled dive bomb, to be fair. So good job for Alex. He just about got on the brakes just in time, and that would have been scary if you were Arnold or Mert, but luckily he's absolutely fine there. And this is one of the first races in a while where we don't know who's going to win this one. They're just all so tightly bunched together. It's a four-way fight for the win, and I don't think Morgan's going to catch up to them. So, yeah, this is definitely a four-way fight for the race victory. And I think the person who will miss out on the podium will be very gutted, but I know they're going to come home with their heads held high with having such a great battle. And what Arnold's doing, I'm looking at Arnold's battery right now. He's saving quite a bit. He knows when to save. He's got the pace to run it on none. And is Arnold going to try and get past? We've got a yellow flag. That is one of the Hasses, I believe. Curry, I think.
Curry,
yeah, it's Curry. Yeah, I saw yellow flag there. So, yeah, yep, he's able to get the car going. Dave comes into pit. So does Casper. They're going to try and go for the fastest lap attempt because you do get one inside and outside the top 10. Fastest lap inside the top 10 at the moment belongs to Arnold, understandably, because his pace is absolutely incredible. And Arnold's going to try and go for the move here. Alex covers off Mert very well, but is Mert going to do the same for Arnold? Oh, he does a switchback. Oh, there's a bit of contact. I don't think this was going to be the move that will be stuck for Arnold. As they go side by side in towards the start-finish straight. This is going to be a battle for P3 here for the podium. Arnold, can he make this move work? No, he doesn't. He stays in. Yeah, there was a bit of contact there, but Mert stays in P3, but they're losing a chunk of time to the top 2.
Lost DRS now. Lost DRS. My stream's come back, and I've got normal race now, which is great to see. Great battling there, battling side by side, banging wheels there between them two. more Arnold is the quicker driver, but he just cannot pull a move off. Now Mert might be a bit exposed here. As you got DRS, as Mert goes a bit wide there, we have poor exit. I believe Arnold. I think Mert's lost DRS now. I believe Arnold should get the move done with P3 now. Mert has lost it ever since he lost space to Alex. Yeah, his head's dropped, I think, a bit. And now Alex go for the race win? Look how close it's between Alex and Marco. Now Arnold could be on for his amazing podium of the season. He's through. Now, can he gain on these guys? He should do. He's got the better tyres. Obviously, there's two lap tyre difference gap between them two guys. And now Arnold's got 1.4 seconds to gain, and Ben is lead battle. Now Alex. We have two champion contenders fighting over the race win here.
And whoever leads going into the turn 17 on the final lap, and if they cross the line first, they could potentially win. Well, not win, lead the championship. The gap is 4 points. Not far
these guys either.
Yeah, the gap is 4 points going in.
On that.
Yeah, Morgan's not that far behind. Morgan's winning the train as well. So don't count on Morgan. We could have a 5-way fight
Alex
for the win.
Lead.
Alex goes for the lead in towards turn 1, and I think he's going to get the move done here. Yep, he does. So Alex goes through in towards P1. I think it's going to be tactics here for our championship contenders. Alex, I think, knows what he's doing. I think Marco's got to be smart here. He's got to think, right, I don't want to go for the lead every lap. I want to make sure I get some slipstream and tow in towards maybe the back straight or even this straight potentially as well. So we will see what happens. We've got some Jack man in the chat saying, go on, Morgan. Morgan's doing quite well, actually, and actually quicker than Arnold that lap. Good news, though. Actually, no, not quicker than Arnold, quicker than Mert. Good news, though. Arnold's back within DRS of the top 2, so he's starting to find the pace a bit again, as Casper's just set the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. So we'll see what happens there. This is a nail-biting final few laps, and I can't call it once more. Make sure you stay locked in, because this could be a fight that carries on all the way to Abu Dhabi, and if not, Las Vegas.
Yeah, definitely. I think it definitely got Las Vegas. Because, Marco's got to be careful because Arnold is in play, and he doesn't want to get Arnold in this fight because he doesn't lose any more points to Alex. I believe Alex should have the pace, should have the better tyres, but can he pull away? That is the issue. As he's got 2 lap fresher tyres, but it's so difficult. It's so difficult to tell who can win. I say it might come down to who's coming out of turn 17 in second place. That might be the play here. It might be like what we're seeing, like it's like Peloton style racing. This you've got to make sure you do your charge at the right time. As they've all got Alex has got better battery than everybody else around him, so he's managed his battery quite well here. So Alex still looks comfortable at the moment, but he won't feel too comfortable unless he can break that second gap. As he's only a Marco send away from losing this race.
Yep, you can't afford to. If you're a championship contender, sometimes you've got to play it safe. I think I remember that happened to you, didn't it, in your race? Since you're in a comfortable position in the championship, you were like, there was no point you fighting Ocon in the final lap. You were just like, you would let him have this one, because sometimes wins don't win you championships. Consistency does. And with Alex leading the championship at the moment, they could afford to play it safe. And if they don't win this one, they could still, I think, possibly try and win the next one, or even the one after that, because
Arnold is looking a real threat to these guys, though. He is right on these guys' tail. He's got the best tyres to everybody else. I think Marco may become a threat from Arnold here, because Marco's grip he's starting to lose grip now. And look how close Arnold is behind. Looking off Arnold, he's still in DRS, but Arnold's going to have a great run here. We've seen him go aggressive on the inside. We've seen a few dives on the inside. I believe Anna go for send. Here we go for send. No, he's a bit
he's playing
too far back. He needs Marco to lose DRS to Alex, because if Marco loses DRS, then I believe Arnold will be through.
Yeah, I think Arnold's not going to fight. You never know. If Arnold sees the top 2 make a mistake, then he'll probably go for the win. But I think he's going to fight for second at this point.
Much, yeah.
He's got nothing to lose.
No.
He's not fighting for the championship. He doesn't want to be the reason that one of these 2 gets out of the championship fight. So this could be very interesting, as he uses quite a bit of that curve. Actually, you've got to be careful that you can avoid the warnings that you get around it. I'm not sure if anyone is close to a 3-second penalty at the moment, as we're on 2.5 laps to go of this race. But Alex at leads, Marco second, but Arnold and Mert still in this fight as well, and the same with Morgan. 5 cars are in the running for the win of this race, and odds on a postcard, as we have no idea who's going to do well here. This is familiar with F2 in the sprint race, where we saw, I think, 3 or 4 cars fighting for the win on the last lap. This is exactly the same here.
Yeah, we had 3 wide in the last corner, I believe, in that race. The top 3 were side by side and going to the last corner. We may get that here as Marco had a much better lap this lap. He's a lot closer to Alex, and he's in that position where he's trying to use battery, trying to keep with him, but Alex he's comfortable. He's not ever using any battery at all, and he's still pulling ahead. So as I look at Arnold, late on the break in there as he lost the place to Luther Williams.
Yeah, looks like
side by side. No, he's managed to keep it together there, but it is so easy to do that though. I did that a couple times in my race later on where I was behind guys, and you break on the DRS. Look at Mert up the inside. He didn't go for up the inside. Banging wheels a bit, and is the Williams through? Indeed he is. They're still banging wheels, they're still going side by side, but I believe Mert has got this covered, and that mistake I believe has cost Arnold any chance of the race win, because now he's down into 4th place.
Yeah, and he's lost out on the podium as well, so that is a bit unfortunate. But he's still got about 1.5 laps to do so. Yeah.
There's still time. As Senna gets another time penalty, he's going to drop down, I believe, behind Callum. And maybe Turtle Master as well, depends on his penalties. As Arnold now in the DRS, as these guys, it's hard to pull up better. Morgan's not far behind Arnold either. Morgan, don't count him out for a cheeky podium here. If he can get through here, then obviously he needs a bit of luck, I believe. But to be in this lead DRS training is an impressive feat for our reigning P2 tier champion. As Mert is under threat of losing DRS to his teammate. Now, if I was Marco, I'd be backing up a bit here and letting your teammate have DRS. And I believe that is what he's done.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at the P2 chat because Kinney thought that he was out of championship contention, but I had to tell him, nope, you're safe. There's still one more week that you could still be in championship contention. Kinney won P2, by the way, and he needed to finish 3rd or higher to stay in championship contention, and he finished and he won the race. So the fight for P2 somehow goes to Abu Dhabi. I don't know how it's all played out, but it's going through another week, which is great to see. But we are on the final lap of this race. Alex leads from Marco in 2nd, and we got a yellow flag. That is one of the Aston Martins. I think that was Dave has lost it in the background. I don't think he's going to get the fastest lap point, unfortunately. And yeah, he's retired on circuit. He's retired on circuit. So one of he's had tech issues. We'll find out very shortly. But Alex has pulled a very good gap on Marco that lap. So unless Alex makes a mistake, he's going to extend his championship lead, and Alex could win the championship next week in Abu Dhabi if he finishes in exactly the same place. So, and this is what Alex needs. If he stays as he is, he has one hand on the trophy, and his first chance of claiming the title could be next week, which will be very exciting if you're the Haas driver. But for Marco, that is probably a disaster for you, because you want to gain as much points as possible. Marco was almost out of DRS. You could tell Alex was pushing this lap. He wants his race win. He wants to make sure that Marco doesn't have a sniff. We got more. I thought at the moment there, I thought you saw some action in the background.
Yeah, I just saw Curry just speeding the pit lane. Sorry.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. That's good. But anyway, as he retires from the pit lane. Anyway, Alex goes up to the line. He has one hand on the trophy. He takes another win of the season, and he could potentially win the title crown in Abu Dhabi because of this race. Well done to him. Marco in 2nd. Mert gets the final spot on the podium, and Arnold gets 4th place, and Morgan with a good result in 5th once again. He likes this track. And Logan in 6th. Senna, what could have been for him? But congratulations, Turtle Master. His first point in One Hub Racing on your debut race. I think you'll definitely be happy with that. Good job. I think he's got a lot to learn from, but still getting points on debut. Amazing. As Casper's got a 3-second time penalty, but I don't think he cares. Lakita comes up to the line in 10th, and it's up to Craggy and Casper for the fastest lap outside the top 10. So who's at the moment? It belongs to Craggy, but we'll see if Casper could do any better. But what a race. Alex pretty much has one hand on the trophy, but you never know. It could all swing in Marco's favour tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week.
Casper's gone deep. Yeah, so yeah, Casper's gone deep in the final call there, but try to get fast lap, get the braking bit wrong there. He's going to cross line 12, and Craggy will get fast lap outside top 10. Yeah, Alex at the moment, he's going to have a 7-point lead over Marco, so yeah, he can clinch the championship in the final round as Casper crashes cross the line, but I believe he did cross the line, so he'll get
Yeah, he did cross the line. I think he finished 12th, so he'll finish 12th, yeah. I think. So yeah, he'll be fine.
And Mert, I tell you what, Mert is brings himself in play for a potential P3 championship with that result of podium, and he's closed the gap on Craggy and Lakita, who neither of them had particularly great races, and may be in play for P3 championship as I believe Williams have basically won the constructors now. They are so far ahead. I believe they have won it already. Because Mert can theoretically catch them, but they're not going to because only one driver left. So yeah, I believe Williams have won the constructors.
We'll have to do the maths, of course. We won't confirm it on stream now because if we do confirm it and then it's not true, then we'll be look like absolute fools. So yes, so we could see a P1 champion being crowned next week. But very unlikely. Very unlikely. I think, in my opinion, he's going to go down to Las Vegas. But Alex got one chance to do it today, but he needs Marco to have an absolute mare, which he has done this season. So it's still possible. But I hope it doesn't happen because I want to crown a champion. I don't want some random crowning a champion for me. I want to crown it in Las Vegas. So let's hope that does happen. But anyway, we've got Alex for Marco, Mert, Arnaud, Morgan, Epic the Animal, Callum Unarmed, Turtle Master points on debut, Lakitu, Craggy, Casper, and I think Senna retired as well, so I think Senna will be 7th, I believe. I don't know, but we'll work it out anyway. Yeah. And our retirements are... Yeah,
he's got...
our retirements are Curry, Dave, and Axelot.
Yeah, I do apologise. Yeah, Senna will be classified 8th, I believe, because he's 18 seconds off the leader and he classified 8th because that penalty did knock him behind Callum. So, yeah. So, yeah, shout out to them guys. Well done to Master Top 10 debut. Good to see. Some good pace as well. Maybe 1 or 2 penalties maybe were not good, but this track is very easy to get penalties on, and it's great to see a debut driver having a good race. And we saw good races from Arnaud and Morgan, just missing out the podium, but the pace throughout the race was very strong, I do believe.
Yes, we got one more. We got quite a few more things to do though, Jamie. We got to pick our sim racing set of driver of the day, and since I'm not here next week, I'm gonna pick first, and I'm gonna go with Mert again. Mert, he definitely was doing his best to help his teammate, but he had good pace as well, and he's had very good form. And I have to say, driver the last few weeks so far by a mile. And my question for Mert is another good result for you as well. And with Abu Dhabi and Las Vegas coming, what are you going to do to try and help your teammate win the championship? And do you think you still got a win left in you? That's my question for Mert. I almost gave it to Arnaud, but he missed out on the podium, unfortunately. So that's what lost in my Driver of the Day nomination. So my Sim Racing Setup Driver of the Day nomination goes to Mert. Jamie, what about you?
Yeah, I'd have gone for Arnaud who got the podium, but sadly he didn't, so I can't give it to him. I'll give it to the guy who finished 5th place, Morgan. Obviously, only couple of seconds off lead and say, well done, mate. As a P2 champion, how proud are you to be in the lead fight at the end? You must be very proud.
Yeah, I think a good pick as well. I think he has gone from, strength to strength. He's improved so much in the tier, and I don't think he was expecting a P5, and he has grown so much. So well done to Morgan, and it was a shame he didn't fight for the podium in the end, but he was playing a bit cautious, and yeah, I think he'll be well happy with that. But thanks for joining us on YouTube. It was a different experience this time. We will be back on Twitch next week because there's no clashes. I won't be here because I will be away at Brands again, but we will try and get someone in. I think someone joined the Discord recently, recommended by someone in the P1 tier. So we will try and get someone in to join Jamie on Sunday, and I'll be watching it from my hotel. So hopefully it won't be crowned this next week, please, because otherwise I will kill myself. Joking. But you'll be here, Jamie, and you'll be covering the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What are you going to expect from our P1 drivers next week?
Better see a good race. Better see a bit of rain as well. I think rain may come for Abu Dhabi. Obviously, rain in a desert will be very, very unusual. But next two races are desert races because Las Vegas is a desert race as well. So, yeah, maybe see a bit of rain. And I don't think he's a champion crowned, but I think Marco has to finish ahead of Alex next race. Gives that a realistic chance. He has to beat Marco next race. So that's the thing I'm keeping out for. I do apologise for my issues in this race today. He did fix himself the last few laps, thankfully. So I did see the great fight at the end. But yeah, it was a very difficult stream for the first hour or so. But I'm glad I persevered though, because at the end it was good. It was a good watch.
Yeah, it was a good watch, and I think we coped well. I think in the first time, I think we adapted to our roles a little bit there. But that meant I had to do a bit more shouty, but that was all right. But at least you were able to. You were able to rest your voice. You're welcome. But at least we saw a good race at the end. So, at the end of this one, it is Alex that stays on top and extends his championship lead. Will he be able to put his hand on the trophy next week, or could Marco spoil the party? With Craggy not having a good race, he is now eliminated from championship contention, so we're now down to the final two of the championship. Who will win by the end of Las Vegas? Will it be Alex or will it be Marco? We'll find out either next week or the week after. Take care. You could join Jamie and to be confirmed commentator at the same time well, not at the same time. We'll be back at normal time next week, 7:30, and we'll see if Alex could be crowned a champion in season 28 next week. Pretty much we could have all 4 tiers being crowned next week, which we hope doesn't happen, but it is still possible. So you take care, and we will see if a champion will be crowned next week in this tier. Goodbye, everyone. See you next week.